Eagles up 24-0, putting belt to ass on the Kansas City Chiefs, on Patrick Mahomes, the pass rush, everything going the Philadelphia Eagles. Not everything, but my gosh, the Eagles are up 24-0, and Saquon hasn't even gotten going yet. Joining me, he is Shane Haff at Shane Haff NFL on X. What's up, man?
What's up, Deibs? Man, I was talking to Johnny before the game, and I was like, there is no chance the Chiefs win in a blowout. There's a chance the Eagles blow the Chiefs out. And man, that first half was sweet, sweet music.
Cameron saying, everyone relax, no jinxes. I'm not going to lie, I wanted a field goal there at the very last possession when they had like 30 seconds left. The job's not done, Cameron. I absolutely agree. We'll get into second half adjustments, especially with this run game. Should we start with the defense first, Shane? I feel like we need to start with the defense. Yeah. That's the storyline. 1,000%. Guys, if you're new to the channel, please be sure to smash that like and subscribe button. Help us grow this thing. We'll be here for about 10 to 12 minutes. Much more in-depth analysis coming on post-game. We've got Anthony DeBona joining us at Philly Sports Network. We'll break it down much more in depth. But let's start with the Eagles defense. They were straight hunting, man. Josh Sweat, Milton Williams, Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith. The list goes on and on and on. I have never seen Patrick Mahomes this shook ever in my life. Shane, you break down tape way more than I do. But let's start with the front four. It seems like Mahomes and Kelsey, they're not on the same page. But I think a big reason of that is all the pressure they are forcing. Go ahead, Shane.
Yeah, I mean, the Eagles have pressured Mahomes on 47% of his dropbacks, and they've done it without calling a single blitz.
Wow.
And so Josh Sweat is having a monster game. And Josh Sweat, like, man, he's been the disappearing man. Like, he hasn't had a game with more than 3 pressures since week 14 against the Panthers. He's already got 5 pressures and 2 sacks in this game. So Josh Sweat is dominating up front. And honestly, that's the big thing right now. Like, Jalen Carter has played the whole front seven's played well, but Josh Sweat has been unbelievable so far in this game. He's been able to win his matchups, put Mahomes under constant duress, and Mahomes has not looked good. He's not been on the same page with Travis Kelce, and he just hasn't had the time. And I mean, even that interception that Zach Bond had, an incredible catch. But a big part of that was that Josh Sweat pushed an offensive lineman into Mahomes' back as he was trying to throw it. So hat tip to Josh Sweat on that one too. He's been awesome.
The Kansas City Chiefs are 0 of 6 on third down. They have 1 total first down, 1.2 yards per play, 20 yards passing. This is historic, man. What we're seeing here from the Eagles defense is historic. So much about Patrick Mahomes chasing history. Vic Fangio has put Patrick Mahomes in a blender. Guys, keep the comments coming. Just so many amazing moments from Cooper DeJean's pick 6, Zach Bond's interception. This is truly a team effort. As we have seen again and again and again, it's all about team, whether it's offense or defense, but defense specifically. What was your reaction to Cooper DeJean's first interception on his birthday? Super Bowl.
Man, yeah. You get your
one of the greatest plays I've seen in Eagles history. I'm calling it now.
Yeah, first career interception on your birthday in the Super Bowl, and you run it back for a touchdown. And like it was so good too, because that guy was not his responsibility. The Eagles were in quarters on that play, I believe, as a quarter flat defender, and he picks up a dig route coming across the middle of the formation, just read Patrick Mahomes' eyes and gets there. Incredible play. Like, result aside, if he caught that and fell down and got marked down right where he fell, that's an incredible play by DeJean to work back to that. He's playing awesome right now. The whole team's playing awesome, man. The Eagles in the first half with more points than the Chiefs have yards. The Eagles have 24 points. The Chiefs have 23 yards, and 11 of those yards came on their first play of the game, their only first down of the first half.
We've got nearly 1,200 people watching. It's my man Phil, STT Sports Network. Make sure you go follow him. Amazing Eagles content creator, STT Sports Network. Go check him out. I am not relaxing. It's the freaking Super Bowl, Marshawn. Come on, man. Let's freaking go. Any other comments on the defense before we get to the offense?
And I feel like we should talk a lot. Darius Slay, I haven't even noticed on the field at all. Quinyon Mitchell made a heck of a hit at one point.
I can't find that anywhere. I can't find that highlight anywhere, man.
Yeah, I wasn't able to grab that clip when it came out, but the Eagles have been. I mean, they've played really well. I thought the Chiefs. I was surprised at how pass heavy the Chiefs came out, especially it makes sense. You want the ball in Mahomes' hands. The Eagles have a good run defense, but as the pressure continued to mount, I'm really surprised. I thought it was a pretty big mistake by them not to get the run game involved a little more early. I mean, they have 3 carries for 3 yards, so it's not like they have a great run game, but I was surprised they didn't try to play a little more balanced, and it almost feels like they're out of time to do so now.
Yep. Just no words to describe this Eagles pass rush. They have been dominant, and I feel like I've never seen Patrick Mahomes this shook ever. And we've called that out. This isn't an explosive offense. They want to dink and dunk you all game long. And the Eagles, and we said this all week long on Birds of the Round Table, on the Shane page, the Eagles defense has kind of set up for that. And they kind of prove themselves against similar offenses like the Commanders that want to do a lot of the same stuff. All right, let's roll to
Hold on, one more.
Go for it.
Per Next Gen Stats, Patrick Mahomes averaged negative 1.36 EPA per drop back in the first half. It's the 10th worst mark in the first half of a game since 2018. The rest of the list includes Sam Darnold's Seeing Ghosts game, 2 Davis Mills games, and starts from PJ Walker and Will Grier.
Doesn't mean anything. Honestly, doesn't mean anything. Until the clock reads 0, we'll celebrate. Keep it coming. We've seen Vic Fangio and his defense kind of get soft during times like this. We'll get to second half adjustments in a little bit. But, man, whatever they're doing right now, it's working. Don't get soft. Stay on that line of scrimmage. Dominate in the trenches. Keep on hunting, period. As you know, Mahomes can get hot in a hurry. Zach Bond, a.k.a. the Bald Eagle. I like that. Shout out to us. If you have heard that Saquon had 29 yards at half before the game, you'd be up 24-0. Unbelievable. Let's get to this offense. Jalen Hurts, 11-15, 123 yards, a touchdown. He had a really bad interception, but that interception, he was just on his back foot, underthrown. That was a bad interception. But overall, I've been okay with Jalen Hurts' game so far. I'm more not okay with Kellen Moore and the Spags blitz. They seem somewhat unprepared, although that one throw that was taken away on the blitz, and he went deep to A.J. Brown and that horrible pass interference call. That was a great throw from Jalen Hurts. But after that, I feel like they've struggled against Spags blitz. What are your thoughts on Hurts and the offense overall?
Yeah, they've struggled against the blitz for sure. Hurts is 2 of 5 against the blitz. He's taken 1 sack, and of course he threw that interception. The interception I don't put on him. That was awful on the offensive line. You got
all Verts. It was all Verts, Shane. Why are we going back to things like that?
Well, yeah. I mean, if you call 4 verticals on 3rd and 10 against Steve Spagnuolo, you're a moron. Maybe. But also, Landon Dickerson and Cam Jurgens, neither one touched a soul. And you've got a guy that comes right up the middle and is in Hurts' face. The look was there to take the shot, and I have liked that they're willing to take their shots against the blitz. And we've seen that result in some big throws. We've seen them connect on some downfield, especially early in the game, the one that ridiculous phantom offensive pass interference call. But the blitz is concerning. It's also concerning they haven't really been able to run the football. The Chiefs haven't really been stacking the box a ton. I've seen a lot of split field safety looks, and they've still been unable to run the football. And, I would never have guessed that Saquon Barkley would be sitting here with 12 carries for 31 yards at halftime, and the Eagles would be up like this. And so hopefully they can get the run game going a little bit more. But the second half becomes majorly about killing the clock. And there's teams that you would say, don't get too conservative, go play your game. For the Eagles, killing the clock is their game. And so hopefully they're able to get the run game going. How about Jahan Dotson being the leading receiver at halftime, Deibs?
Just like we called it earlier, right?
Yeah, totally.
Absolutely. But yeah, going to the run game, Saquon, 12 carries, 31 yards. How many yards does he need to break the record? Like 7 or 8?
He's got it.
He got it already?
He needed 30 yards. I thought he was sitting at 29, but he got that run right before half that got him to 31. So he needed 30. He's now passed Terrell Davis for most rushing yards in a season.
That's amazing. My whole comment on the rush game, do not abandon it. Yeah, I've been tracking their yardage on first downs. Saquon's really not getting anything, averaging like 2-3 yards a carry. And they're running the ball, which I love. Keep doing that. Keep doing it. They're using the run to set up the pass. I want to see the same game plan here in the second half. But my whole second half adjustments, do not abandon this. It's eventually going to, as we have seen in games past, this is a very common pattern from the Eagles run game where Saquon will get 1, 2, 3, and then just break off a huge gain. Any other thoughts on the run game?
Yeah, I think you just stick with it. You keep running the football. You want to avoid those situations where you can get keyed up big pressure. I would like to see the Eagles spread the field a little bit more. I feel like they've been condensed a lot. I would just like to see him spread the field out a little bit more and see if they can get something going with Barkley there. And I'm totally fine with like that little swing pass behind blockers that they threw to him too. I think it went for like 4 or 5 yards. That's essentially a run play. Just swing the ball out to him. You've got to get him the ball in space, get him in some check downs over the ball. That's hard to do against Spags blitzes though, but you want the ball in Saquon's hands. You want him to be able to go make some plays.
Real quick on the Eagles receivers, Jahan Dotson, 2 receptions for 42 yards, just like we wrote it up and predicted it. I'm just playing. 2 catches on 2 targets. A.J. Brown getting a little feisty there on the sideline. The Chiefs have zero answer for A.J. Brown on the outside. That is very evident. Love seeing Dallas Goedert. Want to see more Dallas Goedert. Want to see more Devontae. Any quick thoughts on the receivers outside of that?
Yeah, I mean, they've even like the one that the interception and then the bad throw on third down that forced the punt to A.J. Brown. Brown won both of those reps. And so Brown is dominating right now. They should continue to take shots to Brown, and they should continue to run the football. And let's get Dallas Goedert to carry. That was working really well. I'd like to see that make another appearance too. But really, it becomes a lot about avoiding negative plays, I think, for the offense. Don't make a negative play. The defense is playing unbelievably well. And the good thing for the Eagles is that doesn't mean get conservative because the run game has always been their bread and butter anyways. But I freaked out when Hurts was about to get sacked and he put his hand that was holding the ball on the ground. I just had an immediate flashback of the fumble 6 in the last Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's what can't happen. You cannot have a game. The Chiefs can't move the football. You cannot have a game swinging play, a pick. You can't have a fumble on a strip sack, anything like that. If you continue to run clock, I think the Eagles, it'd be nice if they'd score some more, but you have a chance to win this game if you don't put another point on the board with the way the defense is playing. So I'm not saying get conservative, but I'm saying avoid those negative plays. That's got to be the primary focus in the second half.
It just dawned on me that Travis Kelce has 0 receptions. That's wild. But yeah, second half adjustments. Do not abandon the run. I want to see from the Philadelphia Eagles get a little more creative on those first downs, get more yards per carry on those first downs. Eagles are only 2 of 6 on third down. Like Shane said, this game is all about time of possession. These last 30 minutes. What's your second half adjustment?
Yeah, I would like to see the Eagles get under center some in the second half and work the run game from under center. But I would also like to see him do a couple of play action bootlegs and a couple of play action shots to A.J. Brown, because I think the Chiefs are going to be keying the run. I think they're going to be expecting the Eagles to try to run the clock. I would love to see him come out early and take a deep shot to A.J. Brown just to make him think about it some more. So get Hurts on the move, get him rolling away from some of these pressures, and let's go win a Super Bowl. And don't throw it to Johnny Wilson.
He's the one guy, maybe not the one, but the one guy, if you're talking about avoiding negative plays, stay away from Johnny Wilson. I love it. All right, guys, we will be back for post-game. We've got Anthony DeBona joining. He's already commented at me saying that he already has no voice. Nobody's going to have a voice on the post-game show. It's going to be one of the greatest post-game shows ever, or it's going to be one of the worst post-game shows ever. That's how the Super Bowl works. Shane, any final thoughts?
No final thoughts. Enjoy this. Hopefully we're enjoying the whole second half and partying into the post-game show. But no final thoughts. Enjoy some food at halftime here. Hydrate so you got a voice left to yell in the second half, and let's go Birds.
Absolutely. Cameron says we're wrapping it up. We're gonna go have some beverages, have some food.
What?
I
was to say I made some awesome pulled pork nachos for everybody else, and I haven't been able to eat it because I didn't want my hands to get messy. So I got to eat during halftime.
Quentin says still nervous. More time left.
For sure.
We are hanging up the phone here. Shane Half at Shane Half NFL. I am Deibs, Mr. Crockpot. See you in a couple hours for post game. Stay awesome, everyone. Go Bird.